Hello dear students, and welcome again to this new lesson. In today's video I'm going to show you how to write a film review. So the objectives of this lesson are to identify the elements to include in a film review. The second one is to write an outline of a film review. And finally, we are going to give an example of a film review. So let's start with the first objective. Now, what are the elements that we should include in a film review? The first element is the title of a film. So, the title of a film, for example, we have here Avatar, which is a very known film, and the Moroccan film, which is called Class 8. The nationality and genre or type of the film. So, the film could be American, Moroccan, Indian, Egyptian, French, English, and so on and so forth. Concerning the type, it could be an action film, a romance, science fiction film, social, thriller, adventure film, and so on and so forth. We should also talk about the film director. For example, we can mention this James Cameron or Jamal Belmejdoub as a Moroccan director. The main or lead actors or characters of the film. So, here are some examples. Sam Worthington, Rafiq Boubkar, the Moroccan actor. Now, we can also mention the date and place of production. So here we have 1998, 2015 in New York or in Ouarzazate, the Moroccan city. So here, these elements normally should be included in the introduction. Now we are going to move to the body of the essay or of the film review. So, the body should include two main things. The first one is the setting and the story. A summary of the plot. So, of course, when we give a summary of the story, we don't need to give too many details. And we should avoid talking about what happens in the end. So, never give what happened in the end, or never talk about what happens in the end in your essay. Also, we can mention the main themes discussed or raised in the film. So, this is concerning the body. The conclusion should be like, for example, general comments. What are your comments about the film? So, what you think of the film, the acting, the special effects, the music, the costumes, and so on and so forth. And any remarks or comments that you would like to mention. And the second part of the conclusion should be about recommendations. Do you recommend this film or not? If you like the film, of course you would recommend it, and if not, you would say that it is not worth saying, or it is worth saying if you like it, of course. Great. Now we are going to move to the outline. So in the introduction, normally we should talk about the title of the film, it's the film's name, the nationality and the genre. So for example, American, Moroccan, comedy, or adventure, or science fiction, it depends. Horror, romance, adventure, and so on and so forth. We should also mention the director. The film was directed by this and this. And also we need to mention the main actors, the lead actors. So we can say the film stars are the main actors. Now, in the body, we have to start with the setting. You have to talk about where the film was set. So we say the film is set in, or the story takes place in. And next, the second element that you should include in the body is the story. So you should give a brief summary of the story. Like here, we say the film tells the story of, or the story of the film is about, or the film talks about, or the story starts with, Of course, you should not mention too many details, and you should not tell the end of the story. The third element that you can include in the body are the themes. You can talk about the themes that are raised, for example, in this film. It's like for example, sacrifice, love, humanity, and so on and so forth. And finally, we are going to move to the conclusion. So in the conclusion, you should give your opinion, and you should recommend or not recommend the film. So here we have, in my opinion, the special effects were, or the scenery was great and amazing. The acting, you can talk about the acting too. Find the actors. Talk about the music if there is any. And of course, you can mention the film's ending, whether it was great or disappointing, or let's say dissatisfying. And finally, as I told you, you can recommend the film or not. So here you can say it is worth seeing, it is a must see, or it is just a waste of time if you don't like the film. Another thing that you should bear in mind is that you should write in the present simple. Don't use the past simple or the future simple. You noticed here I used the film is set. The story takes place. Even though we are talking about the past, but we should use the simple present. Great. Now, I'm going to give you a sample of a film review. I have chosen this film Avatar, which I personally watched and found a great one. Now, we are going to see if we have tried to include all the elements that I mentioned before. So here we have Avatar. As you can see, this is the name of the film. Is an American epic science fiction film. So American is the nationality of the film. Epic science fiction is the type or the genre of the film. Written and directed by James Cameron. So here I'm mentioning the director of the film. And starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and Giovanni Ribisi. So here I'm talking about the actors, and mainly the main actors or the lead actors. It has been successful on nearly every front. As a result, Avatar won 3 Oscars for Best Cinematography, Best Visual Effects, and Best Art Direction. So here, these are some information that you can include or not, if you want, or if you don't want, it's your choice. Now, the body, as I said here, the story takes place in year 2154 on Pandora. Here I'm talking about the setting. So where the story takes place, here we are talking about the date, and we are talking about the place, Pandora. Avatar is about Jake Sully, played by Sam Worthington, a paraplegic war veteran. Here I'm trying to give a short description of the story. Now, here we have what makes the film so special is its theme. So here I include also the theme of the story film. So here that shows the importance of sustaining a balance between the environment and humans, and proves that all living things are one. Now, in the conclusion, as I have already mentioned, we should give opinion. One thing I really like about the film is the scenery, which is spectacular. So here I'm giving my opinion. I'm talking about the scenery, mountains, waterfalls, and jungle. Moreover, I was also impressed by the amazing actors' performances. So I talk about the acting. How did you find, or how did you like the acting? Skilled editing and 3D, and camera's ability to direct action so amazingly. So this is concerning opinion. Now the last element is to recommend the film or not. To sum up, even though Avatar is 2 hours 40 minutes, really never feels long or boring. It is an enjoyable film, so you have to watch it here. When I say you have to watch it here, it means I'm recommending this film, because it really made viewers fall in love with its imaginative world and great raised themes. So this is an example that you can, for example, stop the video and read slowly to understand everything here. Well, that's all, and I would like also to tell you that in 2013 the writing was about the same thing we are dealing with here. So here we have write a review of a film you have recently seen. So this is the exam of 2013. These cues may help you. So what's the title of the film? What type of film is it? What is the film about? Who are the main actors? And what is your reaction or opinion about it? So as you can see, it is simple. So you have to include this information and the information I have already mentioned before. And you can make it, you can do a very good essay. Here you can use this sample to follow. Here the title of the film is a Moroccan or American social or action film, for example, directed by. The main actors of the film are. The film is set in. The story of the film is about. The main themes dealt with are. You give your opinion in the conclusion, in my opinion. And finally, you can advise everybody to watch it. This is a recommendation. Okay, so thank you for your attention.